Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by to check out my latest video. And today I'm here continuing on with Junk Journal January, hosted by Meg Journals. And today is day number 11 or 12. We did 11 yesterday, which was magazine. And today the prompt is overlap. And so when I heard or read that prompt, I was just thinking about overlapping paper that just overlapped on some sort of layout. So that's what I'm going to go with for today. And I pulled a couple of things and prepped a couple of things already. So yesterday I kind of had this little bit of a sewing theme going, a little bit advertising theme from the magazine prompt. And so I had this paper right here left over that I said I would just add something to it. And so I was thinking for sure I would add some sort of image. And then this image right here would kind of overlap or look like it's overlapping over on this side. And then I'll also do overlapping paper here. And so that's what I'm going to do first. And so I did choose to kind of stick with this little sewing theme. So I went through my scrapbooking paper and I found this one. And it's probably one from Prima paper pad that came from somewhere. And so it said Sewing Illustrated. So I thought that was kind of interesting too when it said illustrated. I mean, that sounds kind of like a magazine. So it kind of ties into yesterday's too layout. And since I used yesterday, this pink right here for the journal card, I did do the same background on this one, thinking then they would kind of, the colors would tie in together. So I'm going to start off first by just sewing this, or not sewing it. I'm just going to lay this down. And I'm just going to go like this. And if you did see, I did just put glue like here. So if I wanted to later on, I could tuck something into here and make it into a pocket. I'm not going to do that today, but I just kind of had that in the back of my head that I could add in, like if I wanted to tuck something in there, I could make it into a pocket. So I'll just, leave that option open if I want to add to it later. So there's kind of that start of it. And then for my stash, I did go through, because I kind of had a little clear envelope kind of full of some paper scraps that kind of coordinated to the sewing theme. Plus then once I had that, a couple of those pulled out, then I also pulled out a couple of other scrap papers that were left over from some different card making stuff that I thought I could make work for this layout today. So I'm going to flip this one over because that's all I'm going to do on this one. Maybe I'll go back and add a piece of trim or something. I should see if I have any of this still sitting on my sewing machine desk that I could add down there. But we'll come back to that. I might come up with something else too. So I did just go back to my sewing machine and check to see, and I do have a little bit of this little cotton trim. I might as well use it up because that's was sitting out what I had left from before, and I will just put this maybe down here. I just kind of feel like that might be kind of cute to add a little bit of that there, just again to kind of continue on the continuity of the page layout. So there's that. So I'm going to flip this over then, and I'll have this backside to decorate. And this one I did measure beforehand, and I found a piece of leftover paper from a card that I had made, and I chose this one. It's kind of a sewing theme also. I'll just hold it up. And this one I liked just because, again, the theme today was overlap. And you can see there's a lot of different like little overlapped images on this. So I thought that kind of fit in with the theme. So I'm just going to glue this down. And I'm trying to decide if I want to add like any eyelash trim or anything. Because I did eyelash trim here, but I don't think I'm going to. I might add some more trim on the top or the bottom or something like that. But I'll come back to that if I decide to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this image down. So I like that. And then I did grab from my stash, I have a ton of like rickrack trim. So I'm thinking I could, when I'm done with my layout, I'm going to add a little bit of this onto it. And I did have this scrap too in my pile that I grabbed out since I was going with the sewing theme. I think that would work. And then also this one, I'm thinking I can use this for a flip. So I grabbed that piece. Because I'm thinking that whatever I do here, I'm going to add this right here. This image, the sewing image that again I found it from leftover scrapbooking paper. And I added a lined index card, which that was the index card that I used on the back of this journaling card yesterday. So I just was playing with whatever scraps were on my desk when I did that one. So I'm thinking this one I am going to like glue this down here and this will flip open. So I'll do that at the end. And then I grabbed a whole bunch of paper scraps and I'm hoping I have enough. If not, I have more sitting to this side. Just a few more here that I can cut up if I need to. And so I thought I could just lay them out somehow and then just make sure that I overlap some of the papers. This one was nice little pink like pattern paper with like a sewing pattern on it. And I don't think it really matters which way I go. I just like to start laying stuff out and then I can kind of make a decision how I want things to go. This one has like some sewing stitches on it. This one was just some scrapbooking paper that kind of matched the color. It was pink. You know, another pink piece. And then I had this little blue one with the little pink centers in the flower. I had a couple of the buttons. This one has some sewing stuff on it. So, you know, this one might look nice on the bottom maybe. I just want to do a kind of a nice layout of colors. And so usually I like to start off with like the little bit bigger pieces and just lay them down somewhere and then fill in the smaller ones. So those are the biggest 3 or 4 pieces that I had. And again, this one, you know, I want to make a flip on this, so it doesn't really matter where that one's going to go. So, I had 2 button ones. I could add in here. And again, some of these papers are kind of overlapping is what I was thinking when I think I want this one up at the top. I think that'll work. So that's cute. And then I had these 2 left over. So these ones, again, I was thinking they would definitely overlap something on the paper. Like there, it overlaps a couple different pieces. And then same with this one down here, it overlaps a couple different ones. So I kind of feel like they need to be off-centered. And then I will put this journal card maybe there with this as a flip. So let's just glue this back side down first on this one. I'll just let that dry before I put the other side down. So I'm going to let that dry just because then I know it'll be dry and the glue won't seep through. So I'm going to set that aside, but again, it's just going to get glued down here so that it flips open. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue all these down. I'm happy with that layout. I don't think I need to play around with it anymore. I had something kind of like that in my head. So these two, and then I'm going to go in and fill in some of that rickrack trim in a couple spots. Then I had this little scrap left from cutting off there. I think I might just put that up there. Might as well use it up. Okay, so we have lots of papers overlapping on this side. So that looks good, I think. And again, I just wanted to use up a little bit of my rickrack trim. I don't know, I had this trim left too. You know, maybe I could just glue that down over here with some eyelash trim behind it. I think I still have some sitting here on my desk. You know, that looks kind of cute, so I might do that. And so this I'm going to lay there again, and this will just flip open and I can journal there. And then of course later on you can always add something here too if you wanted to. Trying to find where the end of this one is. Kind of weird. Usually it's not that hard to figure out where. There we go. So I just think this would be fun to add in a little bit of this rickrack trim. And again, the rickrack trim is overlapping a couple of the papers also, so that's good. And let's see, so I did some pink. Do I want to add some blue? Kind of feel like I need some on this little journal card too. So I had to look at this because it was wrapped around something that wasn't. Oh, it is wrapped around something that says rickrack on here. Just a little advertising, I guess. So maybe I'll have to save that and put that somewhere in my journal or a future journal. And I wanted to add some white, so I think I'm going to add just a little piece right here. So I think I like that. I'm going to do this real quick on the back. This one. Okay, I think that's cute. And let's see if I want to add maybe a little bit of rickrack. No, I think I'm going to leave that one as is. And I think this is ready to be glued down. So that'll work. So yeah, I think I really like that layout for today, and I'll have to put something heavy on that. And I think after this dries down, I think I'm just going to go around the very edge of this page because I don't have anything on the back side, and I'm going to take it through my sewing machine. But I can show you guys what that looks like tomorrow before I start tomorrow's episode. And of course, I'll take a picture of it for my thumbnail. But I really like how this layout turned out. So you guys all have to let me know what you think. I do like this one better than yesterday's. And I need to stamp for today too. Oh, I almost forgot that. Okay, so today is number 12. Let me make sure. 12 overlap. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to just stamp, I think, number 12 right here. Okay. All right, that works. So now I think I'm done. So you guys, again, I'll have to let me know what you think. And I really like how this one turned out, probably because it's a little bit more my colors. And let's see, so number 12. So now, tomorrow the word is opaque, and I will go ahead and decorate the back side of this for tomorrow with something opaque. So hopefully I will see you guys back again tomorrow for another episode. And until then, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.